down here to check these sets this morning. I got put out 2 snares and a foothold last night, or yesterday afternoon. And that wind got up. It's probably about 30 miles an hour. It's kind of gray. It's going to get down in the 30s tomorrow. But, none of these sets have been worked, so may have got a little too windy. It's going to calm down a little bit tomorrow, and it should be clear and cold, so we'll see what happens then. May have a few more snares today. I used to commercial fish on this lake today. This is when I was catching some of my biggest catfish. But yeah, it's getting ready to get a little bit winter here. Over and out. Check back later. Bunch of yellow jackets. I think it ranks right up there with a hornet. I don't know which one hurts worse. I've been stung by both of them. But found some sign over on another cove. I'm gonna go over there and maybe set up some snares over there and see if we can't pick up an otter or a beaver, coon. Over and out. This is there's a high bank right here between 2 ditches. The main dam is closer to the road, but where this bank is high right here, I've got a snare there, and I've got a real good pull out covered with a snare just on the other side of that dam. So I've added 3 more snares on this ditch. It's been getting pretty cool at night, so I have high hopes for in the morning. And I put another snare on that log to, if anything crosses over that, maybe I can get it. I think that's probably an otter down there. But I can't wait to see what happens in the morning. Over now. Last snare of the day, and it's pretty obvious that Beaver went around it and smashed it from the high side and smashed that grass down and closed the top of that snare. So I'll have to try to remake this snare and see if I can fence it off from the high side a little bit better. But we had one pass through, barely missed him. Gotta have a little tailgate breakfast to keep your strength up. I'm gonna try another little pocket I found over here. It's a long creek running off of Reservoir Lake. I saw a beaver dam down here. Whenever I get through eating, I'm gonna go down and check it out. And I know a couple years ago, just a little bit north of where I'm at right now, I found another creek that's got some beaver sign back there. So I'm going to continue to scout. It's getting awful cold. Ducks are on the move, geese are on the move, and the leaves are starting to fall off the trees. So you got a lot of work, a lot of scouting, a lot of trapping ahead. Stay tuned. I've been scouting since early this morning, and it's towards the end of November, and the sign that I've been seeing today is better than anything I've seen all month. And I mean, I've covered a lot of ground. There's a lot of otter trails back in here. There's a good dam across this ditch that holds back a lot of water, and it's several bank dens in here. A lot of trails, a lot of cutting on these willows. And the other place I found had a lot of I was sitting here at the campfire, and I had a fox came within about 10 steps. He circled the campfire, came right up to me, circled the fire, went over to the back of the truck, went straight to my backpack where I got my lure, and stood at the back of the truck and then trotted off. I've never seen that before. I couldn't tell if it was a red fox or a gray fox. It had a long bushy tail though, and it come. I heard it first, and then I saw it right outside the camp there, or right outside the fire. He started walking closer, walked around me, and went right over to the edge of the truck. Stood there right beside where I got my lure in my backpack, and then he took on off. A little less water. Every time I come back here, this creek's getting a little bit lower. We haven't had any big rains lately, just kind of cloudy, warm right now. Seeing a lot of coon sign back in here though. Looks like the beavers are laying low. They hadn't been very active in the last few days. We got cold weather coming in this weekend, but I think it'd be wise for me to cover some of these spots with some footholds and try to pick up a few of these coon while I'm back here. Plus, I'm a little bit curious about some of these little holes in the bank. It may be some mink back here too. There's something working up and down this creek right here. These two bodies of water are separated by kind of a dry stretch of creek bed. On this end, it looks like something's working down through here, making these air bubbles. On the other end, there's a lot of peel sticks close to those bank dens. But the beavers are laying low right now. Need to get some footholds out, try to pick up a few of these coon, wait on that cold front, and maybe I can snag a few more of those beavers. And I'll probably move on to some different locations maybe within the next 6 days. Give us a little bit longer, see what happens. That set that the snare got knocked down the other day, I got a catch over here. I could see when I came around that bend down there. I've taken up all the rest of my snares, but I could see that bank was, all that grass was knocked down. I started looking. He's up on the bank. We're gonna go get him right now. But I tell you one thing, I worked hard on this ditch. I don't know if we got more than this one, but boy, I tell you, I worked hard on this ditch just to pick up this one beaver. Finally got that rain last night. It was raining this morning when I came out. I'll go over and pick this beaver up. Got him on a crossing over the end of this dam on a snare. I have my snare on that stick right there. And there's the dam. Got them on this crossover right here. Normally they cross over in the middle, but I noticed either end was open. And this bank was steep on this side over here, so I dropped that snare in there. We missed him one time. Looks like an old hog in a hog pen there, doesn't it? That's a good sized beaver. And I'm not going to lie to you. I need the food. I was down to 5 cans of sardines and a few onions. So that means that I'm going to be eating a lot better. And that's a nice pelt too. So, thank you, Lord. I needed it. Plus, it's hard to make this run every day without seeing some fur. That rain usually helps, you know. We're going to take care of him and move on down and see if we got anything else. This was that steep bank we set up yesterday. I tied off on these 2 logs. I was a little bit worried if that'd be enough to hold it, but I came up here, I could see all this was torn up real well. This is the second catch of the day. I had 2 other snares that got bumped. And I had a real nice beaver in that other one. Now I got a medium-sized beaver now. He's up here in these bushes. Let's go get him now. He's got that wire pulled all the way out. I figured he'd go back towards the water, but he went towards the land. Rain always helps, but I still think I had some of these snares a little bit too far back. Most of the action is up closer to the road, and these are some snares that I just put in a couple days ago. That one that I caught that bigger beaver on, it had been there for probably 5 days, and it got bumped one time, but I think most of the activity is up a little bit closer to this road, plus the rain last night. So that's 2. I got 1 more snare I can check up here. There hadn't been anything easy about this little project at all. It's pretty thick coming back in here. It's not that far from the truck, but it's real dense cover along the edges of this ditch. But just by leaving these snares in here long enough to where I finally got the right weather that I needed. It's not real cold. I noticed that they moved after we had a good cold front, but the rain seems to always catch more beaver after a good rain. And it's just a matter of leaving the snares in, let them work, keep adding a few new snares every day, and wait on the right weather. Eventually you'll connect. Got one nice large beaver, one medium. But now it's a matter of trying to get all this gear out of here and get these skinned up and ready for the skillet. I'm going back out of here now, but I'm glad I was able to hang on long enough to pull these 2 beaver out. I think there's a few more in here. I know there's some more coon in here, so I'll come back and work this ditch a little bit later in the year. We're going to get out of here right now.